Ever get that feeling like Netflix just like knows you better than you know yourself?
Yeah,
It's kind of freaky how they recommend the perfect show right when you need it, right?
it's true.
Like, how do they do it? So in this deep dive, we're going to uncover the secrets behind Netflix's data success,
Right.
focusing on how they use different types of marketing research
Right.
to create those, eerily accurate recommendations.
Yeah, you're right. It is kind of like magic,
Right.
but it's not magic. It's really just
Okay.
a strategic combination of data, research, and a deep understanding of their audience.
I am all ears.
Great.
So what kind of research are we talking about here?
Well, think of it this way. Imagine you're setting out on a journey.
Okay.
First, you need to know where you're going,
Yeah.
and that's where exploratory research comes in.
Yeah.
Netflix uses this to figure out what people want, sometimes even before the viewers themselves realize it.
So like trend spotting.
Exactly. Trend spotting mission.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you kind of have a sense of direction,
Mm-hmm.
you need a detailed map to guide you.
Yeah.
That's where descriptive research comes in.
Okay.
This helps to paint a detailed picture of the viewer behavior, their habits, preferences, and how they interact with the platform.
Okay, got it. So they're figuring out not just what people watch, but how they watch it.
Yeah.
What's the third type of research?
So the third type is called causal research.
Okay.
And this is all about understanding what drives engagement,
Got it.
what actually makes people click play, binge an entire season, or recommend a show to their friends.
So they're not just observing, they're actually testing and experimenting
Right.
to see what works the best. I bet that's where things get really interesting.
Absolutely. And this is where data becomes Netflix's secret weapon.
Okay.
They use it to guide every decision.
Yeah.
From the shows they create to the way that your homepage looks.
Wow.
It's like data is the compass that keeps them on course.
Okay. I'm starting to see like the bigger picture here.
Yeah. Let's go back to the beginning. How did Netflix even use data in its early days? Like when streaming was brand new.
That's a great question. Back then, streaming was really uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Remember, people were used to cable TV,
Totally.
and the idea of watching shows online
Yeah.
was pretty radical.
Right. It was a huge risk for Netflix.
It was?
They must have needed some serious data to convince themselves that streaming was the future.
Absolutely. They needed to know if people would even ditch cable for it.
Right.
What were the needs, the concerns, the expectations of potential streamers?
Yeah.
To answer these questions, they relied heavily on exploratory research, conducting tons of surveys and in-depth interviews
Oh.
to gather crucial insights.
It makes sense that they didn't just jump in head first.
Yeah.
Right? They got all this information first before investing millions in a streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's an impressive foresight.
Yeah. It was a smart move and it paid off big time.
It really did. And as streaming gained popularity,
Yeah.
Netflix needed to go deeper, understand their viewers in more detail.
Okay.
That's where descriptive data comes in.
So it's like they were moving from the big picture view to like a close-up of their audience.
Exactly. They needed to understand not just that people were streaming,
Right.
but what they were streaming, when they were streaming it, and how long they were watching. They tracked everything.
Yeah.
What people searched for, what they added to their watch lists, even how often they paused or rewound a specific scene.
Wow. That is a lot of information.
It is.
But I can see how that would be incredibly valuable. It's
Yeah.
like they're getting a backstage pass to how people actually use the platform.
It's like having a real-time focus group
Yeah.
constantly providing insights into viewer habits and preferences.
Wow.
Like if they notice a lot of people are rewinding a particular scene,
Yeah.
it could indicate that the scene's either confusing
Okay.
or particularly engaging.
Right.
They might even use that information to inform future content creation.
So they're not just collecting data, they're actually using it to improve the viewing experience
Yeah.
and make those recommendations even more accurate.
Exactly. And this constant analysis of viewer data feeds directly into Netflix's causal research,
Okay.
allowing them to test and optimize everything.
That's where we see those A/B tests in action, right?
Right.
It's like trying out different user interface designs
Yeah.
or recommendation algorithms
That's
to
right.
see which ones keep people glued to their screens.
Exactly. They're constantly experimenting to understand what truly drives engagement. For example, they've tested things like personalized thumbnails, different layouts for the homepage, and variations in their recommendation algorithms, all with the goal of figuring out what keeps viewers hooked.
So it's not about guessing, it's about like using data to make informed decisions
Yeah,
about what actually works.
precisely. Netflix's data-driven approach allows them to constantly fine-tune the platform,
Okay.
making it more engaging and addictive for viewers. And they don't rely on just one source of information either.
Got it.
They have what we call a data trifecta.
Ooh, a data trifecta.
Yeah, like they're blending
Okay.
different types of data, like a master chef.
Okay. What are the ingredients?
So first, there's primary data.
Okay.
Think of this as the base of their data cake.
Got it.
This is information they gather directly from user interactions
Okay.
on the platform. Every
Yes.
click, every watch, every pause, every skip, it's all meticulously recorded and analyzed.
So it's like they have a direct line to their viewers getting feedback straight from the source.
Yeah.
What about the other data layers in this trifecta?
The next layer is called secondary data.
Okay.
Imagine this is adding context, filling in the gaps.
Okay.
They're analyzing industry reports, studies, published statistics.
Okay.
It's like they're looking at the bigger picture of the entertainment world,
Got it.
understanding the trends shaping the market.
So they're not just focused on their own platform, they're keeping an eye on the broader landscape as well.
Right.
What's the final ingredient?
The final layer is third-party data.
Okay.
It's like the icing on the cake,
Okay.
adding a layer of flavor and nuance.
Okay.
Netflix analyzes social media sentiment, reviews, external viewership metrics,
Got it.
basically tapping into the collective wisdom of the crowd.
So they're listening to what people are saying about their content,
Yeah.
even if it's not happening directly on their platform. It's like they're tapping into this vast network of data detectives,
Right.
all contributing to their understanding of the audience.
It's a brilliant strategy,
It is.
and it allows them to stay ahead of the curve, anticipating trends and understanding what their audience wants, sometimes even before the viewers know it themselves.
This is all starting to make sense now.
Good.
But how do they actually use all of this data to make decisions about, like, what shows to create, what to recommend, and how to shape the platform?
Yeah,
That's what I'm really curious about.
that's a great question, and it's something we'll dive into
Okay.
in the next part of our deep dive.
Hmm.
We'll explore how Netflix uses its data-driven insights to create personalized experiences, guide content acquisitions, and shape the future of entertainment.
I can't wait. Okay, my mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
Netflix's data operation is like a well-oiled machine,
It is.
constantly turning out insights and shaping the streaming landscape.
Mhm.
But what about the rest of us?
Yeah.
Can we apply these like data-driven strategies to our own lives, even if we're not running a global streaming giant?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
While we might not have the same resources as Netflix,
Right.
the principles they use are applicable on any scale,
Okay.
whether you're a small business owner or freelancer or just someone who wants to make smarter decisions.
Yeah,
Data can be your secret weapon too.
I'm all in. But where do we even begin?
Yeah,
It feels a bit overwhelming thinking about all the data out there.
sure. The key is to start with the right questions. What do you want to achieve?
Mm.
What are you curious about?
Okay.
What information would help you make better decisions?
Got it.
Once you have a clear purpose in mind, the data gathering becomes much more focused.
Okay, so define our goals first. What comes next?
Next, think about the tools you already have at your disposal.
Okay.
Do you have a website?
Yeah.
You can use analytics to track visitor behavior,
Okay.
understanding what pages they visit, how long they stay, and where they click.
Yeah.
That's a treasure trove of information right there.
It's like having a built-in feedback loop showing you exactly how people are interacting with your content.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of simply talking to people.
Okay.
Reach out to your customers, your clients, or your audience and ask them questions.
Yeah.
Conduct surveys, host focus groups, or simply have one-on-one conversations.
Okay.
You'll be amazed at what you can learn just by listening.
That makes sense. It's about combining the quantitative data from things like website analytics with the qualitative insights we get from real people.
Precisely. It's about seeing the full picture.
Okay.
The numbers give you the broad strokes,
Yeah.
while the conversations add depth and nuance.
Okay, so we've gathered all this data,
Right.
both from our online platforms and real-life interactions.
Yeah.
Now what? How do we make sense of it all?
That's where the art of data analysis comes in.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
Start by looking for patterns and trends.
All right.
What are the common themes emerging from the data?
Okay.
What stands out as unusual or unexpected?
So it's like being a detective,
Right.
looking for clues and piecing together a story from the evidence.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once you have that story,
Yeah.
you can use it to inform your decisions.
Okay.
Let's say you're a musician trying to build your fan base.
Okay.
You could use social media analytics to understand what type of content resonates most with your followers,
Right.
then create more of that type of content.
Or maybe you notice that most of your website traffic comes from a particular blog post.
Yeah.
You could explore that topic further, create more content around it, or
Right.
even develop a product or service related to that area of interest.
Exactly.
It's about using data to identify opportunities and guide your strategy.
You got it. And here's the exciting part. It's a scalable approach.
Okay.
You can start small and gradually build your data gathering and analysis capabilities as you grow.
Right.
The important thing is to start somewhere and keep learning and iterating along the way.
This is starting to feel less overwhelming and more empowering.
Yeah.
It's like we can all be data detectives,
Right.
uncovering hidden insights and using them to make smarter decisions.
Exactly.
But how do we ensure we're using data ethically? There's
Yeah.
been a lot of talk about data privacy and responsible data practices.
Absolutely. That's a crucial consideration.
It is.
As we embrace data-driven decision-making,
Yeah.
we need to be mindful of the ethical implications.
Okay.
Transparency is key.
Got it.
Be clear with your audience about what data you collect and how you use it.
So no sneaking around in the shadows collecting data without people's knowledge or consent.
Exactly. Respect for privacy is paramount.
Okay.
Only collect the data you truly need
Mm-hmm.
and make sure it's securely stored and protected.
Got it.
Don't be afraid to be open and honest with your audience about your data practices.
Yeah.
It builds trust and shows that you value their privacy.
Okay. Transparency, respect for privacy, and using data for good. I like that.
And remember, data is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
It's up to us to use it wisely and ethically.
Okay.
When we approach data with integrity and a human-centered perspective,
Yeah.
it can be a force for positive change.
This has been incredibly insightful.
Good. All
I
right.
feel like I've gone from data novice to data enthusiast in the span of a few minutes.
I'll love to hear that.
But the world of data is constantly evolving with new technologies emerging all the time.
It is.
We need to keep our fingers on the pulse of these advancements to stay ahead of the curve.
Have some.
You've piqued my curiosity. What are some of the emerging trends that we should be paying attention to?
That's a great question, and it's something that we'll explore further
Okay.
in the final part of our deep dive.
All right.
We'll delve into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence and machine learning
Cool.
and discuss how these cutting-edge technologies are transforming the way we gather, analyze, and use data.
All right, so we've gone from those early days of using data to explore the world of streaming to, their current really sophisticated use of data to personalize our viewing experiences.
Yeah?
But it doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't. The world of data is constantly evolving with new technologies emerging all the time.
And you mentioned some pretty intriguing ones earlier, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, those sound like something straight out of like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, they might sound futuristic, but they're already impacting our lives in more ways than we might realize.
Really?
Yeah, let's start with artificial intelligence.
Okay.
AI for short.
Okay.
Think of it as a way to supercharge data analysis.
Okay.
Imagine algorithms that can not only analyze vast amounts of data,
Yeah.
but also learn and adapt from it,
Wow.
becoming more accurate and insightful over time.
So it's like having a data analyst who never sleeps, constantly refining its understanding of the information.
Exactly. AI is particularly helpful when it comes to understanding complex patterns and making predictions.
Okay.
For example, Netflix uses AI-powered recommendation algorithms
Okay.
to suggest shows you might enjoy
Right.
based on your viewing history.
Yeah, I've definitely been impressed by Netflix's recommendations before.
Yeah.
Sometimes they suggest something completely unexpected
Yeah.
that ends up being like a new favorite. It's like they know my taste better than I do.
Yeah, that's the power of AI at work.
Wow.
The algorithms analyze your viewing patterns,
Yeah.
what you watch, when you watch it, how long you watch it, and even what you skip. They use this information to identify subtle connections and preferences that you might not even be aware of.
So it's not just about recommending shows that are similar to what you've watched before.
Right.
It's about understanding those like underlying themes and genres
Yeah.
that you gravitate towards.
You got it. AI can even take things a step further by personalizing the viewing experience.
Really?
For example, some streaming services are experimenting with AI-generated trailers
Wow.
that are tailored to your specific interests.
Wow, that's next level personalization.
Yeah.
Now, what about machine learning? How does that fit into the picture?
Okay, so machine learning is a subset of AI.
Okay.
that focuses on training algorithms to learn from data and make predictions
Okay.
without explicit programming.
Got it.
Imagine you're teaching a computer to recognize patterns and make decisions based on experience,
Yeah.
just like humans do.
So it's like giving the algorithms like a crash course in human behavior.
Yeah,
That's pretty mind-blowing.
it is. And this technology is already being used in a wide range of applications,
Really?
from personalized recommendations on shopping sites to fraud detection in financial transactions.
Wow.
Machine learning is quietly working behind the scenes, making our lives easier and more efficient.
This all sounds incredibly powerful, but it also makes me wonder about the ethical implications of all this data gathering and analysis. We're essentially giving these algorithms access to, like, our personal preferences and behaviors.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
Uh,
As data becomes more powerful, we need to be even more vigilant about protecting privacy,
okay.
ensuring transparency, and using data responsibly.
It's like we're entering this new era of data literacy where everyone needs to understand the power
Right.
and the potential pitfalls of these technologies.
Precisely. We need to have open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI and machine learning,
Yeah.
ensuring their use to benefit society as a whole.
It's reassuring to hear that those ethical considerations are being taken seriously. It's important to find that balance between, leveraging the power of data while safeguarding human rights and values.
Absolutely. Technology is a tool,
Yeah.
and it's up to us to guide its development and use it for good.
Mm.
We need to be mindful of the potential biases that can creep into algorithms
Hmm.
and ensure that data is used in a fair and equitable way.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener, giving us a glimpse into the power of data, the potential of emerging technologies, and, really just the importance of those ethical considerations.
Yeah, and as we wrap up, it's worth remembering that the future of data isn't predetermined.
Mm.
It's being shaped by the choices we make today.
That's a powerful thought. It's not just about understanding the technology, but also about actively shaping how it's used
Right.
and ensuring it aligns with our values.
Absolutely. So as you move forward, I encourage you to stay curious,
Yeah.
stay informed,
Hmm.
and stay engaged in the conversation about data. The future is being written now, and we all have a role to play.
This has been an incredible journey, from exploring Netflix's data mastery
Yeah.
to uncovering the potential of AI and machine learning.
It's been fun.
It's clear that data is this powerful force shaping the world around us.
Yeah, it really is.
And, with the right approach, we can harness that power to create a more personalized, efficient, and ultimately a more human experience.
Absolutely.
To our listeners out there, we leave you with this thought. How will you use data to make a positive impact in your world? The possibilities are truly endless.